a look at string manipulation in PHP. Very, very similar to Python at the moment. However, as you progress with PHP, you might find that string manipulation is a little harder to play with than Python, but good practice. So first of all, let's do what we did in Python. Let's just repeat that program. So normally we would ask for input from a user, but rather than that, I'm going to sort of have a string literal hard code some text. So I'm going to have a variable called text, and I'm going to set that to hello world. And I can find the length of hello world, which should be 11 characters. So I'm going to print it out to the screen. So I'm going to echo. Now, in Python, it was len, L-E-N. In PHP, it's string len for length of a string. And again, I could, if I wanted to, is use the string literal. So hello world. And if I run that program, let's put the semicolon at the end. If I run that program, it should give me 11, and it does. But generally, we don't use string literals. We use variables because they might change over time, and we might want to know what the length is. So here I'm printing out the length of the string, which is contained in the variable text. So when I run that, we get 11 again. Now, what I want to do is go over each and every single letter by index. So I'm going to keep the echo. I'm not going to use string len, but I am going to use text. And as with Python, we use square brackets and the index starts at 0. That is our first letter in the first position. So echo text 0 should give me the capital H, as it does. And then if I move that onto 1, it's going to give me my E in hello. And if I move along to 4, it's going to give me the O, as it does here. And then 5 is going to give me the space, which you probably won't see anything on the screen. There we go. You can just about tell because the 2 red arrows there don't line up. Then 6 is going to be the capital W. There we go. And I'm going to move along to 10, which is the last letter in the string, which is the D. So if I run it, I get my D. And if I now try to print out the 11th character, or the index at 11, the 12th character, which is beyond the end of the string, I will get an error. And that's what the error looks like in PHP. Uninitialized string offset, so it's got some really, really strange language in PHP. 11 in that file on line 3. So if we go beyond the end of the string and we give it an index beyond the end of the string, we end up with an error. It's not such an informative error. Even Python is not a very informative error, but it does say index error, string index out of range. So that kind of makes sense. Whereas actually in PHP it just says uninitialized string offset, which doesn't really mean a lot. I think part of programming is really getting used to what the error messages are so that you can go back and fix them. That's where the genius comes. It's not writing the programs, it's actually understanding the error messages so that you can fix things. So that is what we did in Python, repeated in PHP. In future lessons, when I write the PHP and the Python versions, PHP will differ a fair bit from the Python version. So it'll be good to practice it and good to get used to it.